situation they got me facing. I can't live a normal life. I was raised by the streets, so I gotta be down with the hood team. Too much television watching got me chasing dreams. I'm an educated fool with money on my mind. Got my tin in my hand and a gleam in my eye. I'm a low-down gangster, set tripping banger, and my homies is down, so don't arouse my anger. Fool, death ain't
Trevor, Mumsy Moose.
I'm living life, do or die, what can I say? I'm 23 now, but will I live to see 24? The way things is going, I don't know. Tell me, why are we so blind to see that the ones we heard are
Mumsy, Gunhead, Trevor, Sam, Choas, what's going on? Sean Bissell, Ron the Searle, what's going on, legends?
Power and the money and the power, minute after minute, hour after hour, everybody's running, but half of them ain't looking. It's going on in the kitchen, but I don't know what's cooking. They say I gotta learn, but nobody's here to teach me. If they can't understand it, how can they reach me? I guess they can't, I guess they won't, I guess they front. That's why I know my life is out of luck. Fool, been spending most their life in a gangster's paradise. Been spending most their life.
Sorry, legends. I realised I was too quiet. Nessie, what's going on? Gun the Blue Boys. Oh yeah. So I got some of my. Remember how I said I made my own merchandise? I wanted to see how it turned out before I got it out there. So this is one of the shirts. This is a black one. Also have a white one. I've only got one. It needs a top button. I'm a top button person. It doesn't have a top button. That is my only. I got heaps actually. Oi, well, happy birthday, Tez. Welcome in, Colin, Scorpius. What's everyone up to anyhow on this evening? Come closer. Yeah, very good. Very good. Yeah, I'm the same, Gunny. I always do. I always like having a top button done up. I like that. Just kicking back, that's all. Tony Kalemba, what's going on, mate? Commodores, what's going on, legend? Cunning Linguistics, what's going on, legend? Marky P, Taylor Day, what's going on? How much for the tea? Well, so I've been saying for a while that I was going to design a lot of my own stuff. So obviously everything that is on my merchandise store, I design myself. But obviously the majority of every purchase goes towards the drop shipping people. But I think I may have came up with a new way. I'll show you a couple of designs. So we got this one. So this is the white one. They're big sizes too, actually, because I'm a bigger guy. But yeah, this is the white one, obviously of the exact same shirt, but totally opposite. So you guys might have noticed in my tonight's video, I was wearing a Chaos Chronicles hoodie, which I'll show you in a moment. But so these will be some of the designs of the t-shirts. It's pretty much the exact same designs. I've changed it up a little bit. That's the back. That's the front. Obviously, these are all print-on ones. This one is mine, as you can tell, as I've spilled something down the front of it. And then, so like I said, it was all trial and error. This one was pretty good because it's yeah, I don't know what it is, this material, but it's good, wind cheater to wear at nighttime type stuff. But anyway, I was happy because, right, so these aren't print-ons. These are DTF, direct to fabric, I believe it's called. So that's not printed on. You can wash this a million times. That's never going to change. And then it's got the Chaos Chronicles on the back. That's fucking huge, mind you. I'll show you the difference in the back sizes from one hoodie to the other. This one is a fucking monster. But anyway, and then this one here is, these are actually really fucking thick hoodies. And so this is a 3XL, I believe. No, this is a 2XL. And yeah, they're pretty forgiving sizes. Anyway, couple of thumbs up and I'll get them going. Got a few new things today, actually. I've been waiting on a few new things. So I got that thing there as well. Oh, I hate that. That is the worst thing about having the fan in here. Chill out, bro. All right. Yeah, so I got that. I got this one as well. Because remember how I got these guys as well? Yeah, I don't know. People collect stupid things. And I got this one today. New one. Anyway, that's enough about me. What do you, it looks like JJ's in the chat. Boomerang Girl's here. Bloody hell, Joel Perrett's here. Everyone's in the chat. Let's go. Sorry, I know you hate it when I do that. You know what? I'm not liking it. I need to. I remember when you were a kid and it was the worst thing ever. Your mum would try and put your overalls on you and you'd be like, oh, I just want to go and play. Just had flashbacks of that memory. Oh, the Chaos Ahoy Hoy. That's me, apparently. The Chaos Ahoy Hoy. I don't know. I'm just coming in on this joke. Corvus, what's going on, legend? Hope we're all gold today. Absolutely. Let's go. Yeah. Just going to have a couple of mouthfuls here. A little bit of sustenance. How about a Biff ring? All right. So, I did design up a Chaos Chronicles ring, and so the same merchandise store that prints like the stickers and the majority of my new designs, they make jewelry as well. So I did. So that what you do is you will give them your design, how you want it to be designed, and then they'll give you like a, I don't know, like a rough cut type thing. And so they did that. Some of you legends have seen it. Obviously, some of you haven't. So give me a moment. All right. So, sorry, I'm not looking at the comments. 1 sec. I'm just going to get a picture of this. Here we go. All right. So, this is the ring that they came up with, and I actually thought it was all right. I actually said in the last live that I was gonna see how they go, but I have to have a minimum amount of orders. So leave that up to me, and then I will show you. So this is what they came back with, and so it will be a sterling silver ring, and obviously this is like some kind of fucking AI design, but they've said this is what it will look like, and we can either pick to have. See, the thing is, I don't really like the black in there, but other people do, because I think that like the black makes it look like it's fake. Just the engraving would be good, I reckon. And then after time, as you guys know, jewelry turns into funny colors and like with dirt and stuff. Like it would be darker in there anyway, I would say. Tez is my man. I'm sending him a happy birthday while we watch from bed. Let's go, Tez. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Tezza. Tezza, it's your birthday. Be gone. So yeah, couple of new additions. Obviously, I will be wearing more of my own merchandise while I do videos and stuff like that. Found a little pop top, so Granny has a roof over her head. Yay, let's go, Corey. That's it. Let's go, Super Gran. It's a Super Grandma, that one, Corey. If you didn't know, now you do know. Corey is a Super Grandma. JD, what's going on, mate? No worry, Corey. You know, when I grew up, one of my best friends had a cousin called Corey, but they were male. Also, one of my brother's best friends growing up, name was Peter, and that was a girl. True story. I've actually met some crazy ones in my time that you were like, are you for real? Your parents must have hated you. What's on the menu? I'll give you 3 guesses. What's on the menu on a Biffo Thursday night menu? Definitely not chicken, I bet. Well, you're correct. You are correct. Yeah, learn how to spell proper England. Yeah, engrave it. Yeah, see, I agree. I agree. Obviously, I have that option to have it like that, but they can also add the black ink or whatever it is. I don't know, paint. Yeah. Thank you, man. That's my new. That's my new shirt. No. Yeah, you got it on your third one. You got it on your third one. A Boy Named Sue was an interesting song. True. Um. Um. Mary. So. JJ, you might know Mary. Mary was like a security guard in and around the Benalla, Shepherd, and Wangaratta area. He lived in Benalla, but his legitimate name was Mary. Everyone used to call him Mez, but like, yeah, his legitimate name was Mary. And you know what? You can imagine, right? Mary was a fucking monster, was absolutely huge. No one was ever going to say to Mary anything. Like, yeah. What's your prize? I don't know. If you come and visit me one day, I'll have to show you. I actually bought you something. Can you guys hear that? When I get like a system notification, does that come up in your guys' sound? Oi, Val, the first gamist. Is it true boss is disrespectful? Yeah. So, like, I mean, to anyone that's been to prison, doesn't matter where you are around the world, boss is generally what male prison guards like to be called, and female prison guards like to be called miss. Um, yeah, to me, they're just screws. The female ones are screw S. Like, that's as personal as it ever got with me. Like, use the screws. Loaded fries. But yeah, like, don't get me wrong, there was a few screws I come across in my time that were paddable. That's as far as I would say. There is one that keeps on telling me that she wants to come on my page, but keeps on um, not coming on my page. Um, the evil side of me wanted to turn that into. Yeah. Anyway, so they haven't been on my page yet, and so um, yeah, I thought calling someone champ was disrespectful. Yeah, definitely. That's very disrespectful. Champ means, um, well, there's no grey area there. It's like champ means child S offender. Do you know what I mean? Someone who does horrendous things to children. That's what champ means. And if you're wondering, like, how the fuck does that work? All right, I'll give you a quick rundown. Champ rhymes with tamp, and a tamp is what everyone calls one of them in prison. Yeah, you are a tamp. You're a tamperer, a child tamperer. Tamp. Champ rhymes with tamp. Blah blah blah. Fast forward fucking 75 years down the track. Now, if you call someone champ, you're gonna get stabbed. Biff, today my bro moved from Map to Barwon. Oi, good move. Best place to be. Best food at Barwon. The most professionally run prison there is, although it's always in the media for being like a lot of shit going on there. Like, and it's a maximum security prison. It doesn't matter. It goes on everywhere. But yeah, like, I will say this, that Barwon is probably the safest maximum security prison. But there is one unit there that is like up there with the most dangerous units in the prison system. So that's called Diosma. So just say to your brother, be good, go to Cassia. That's the unit you go to when you get there, and then you've got Illawarra, which is actually a B rating unit. So it's locked away from the rest of the prison, although they go out to yard and stuff at the same time, and you can have them come into there. It's, I don't know why it's separate, but it is. But there's a B rating place in there, which is called Illawarra, and then they've got the rest of the units are maximum. So you've got Diosma, which is where all the bad boys go. Cassia is where everyone goes when you first get there. And then Eucalypt is where, like, Tony Mockbell, all them people were. And, you know, like all the big names that are doing like over 15, 20 years, they go to that unit. Is in a protection unit because of IDS. So before anyone wants to jump in here and say anything horrible, IDS stands for this: intellectually disabled someone, right? So at best, do you know what I mean? Like, these people aren't running at the same capacity as the rest of the prison, and so generally, they will be sent to a protection unit. But that's not for everyone. Lacor, Lacor, Lacor. Had a good buddy of mine ending up hooking up with a female officer. He said she got in more trouble than he did. How common is this? I mean, it's common in every single prison that you go to that there's going to be maybe 1 in 100 that are no Zeus that are like having some type of relationship with a prisoner. Um, yeah, it happens a fair bit, but they do get in a lot more trouble. Obviously, they are people that are supposed to be holding some position of power over prisoners, and definitely, it is always seen that they should not be giving prisoners reach arounds. Simple as that. What am I eating? Oh, we just went through that. Loaded fries. Your name is Lacey Harricks. Oh, well, there you go. Horrocks. No, Zeus, you've been naughty. I've got a baby gate on that locks my room and the studio here away from my dog, because otherwise, I promise you, there's not a door in this house that my dog cannot open. He's figured out, because he weighs 80 kilos, that if he pushes every single bit of his weight at the bottom of the door, it will open most doors, yeah? It doesn't even matter what door it is, new house, old house. If you put pressure at the bottom, it's going to buckle the lock. And he has figured that out. And he has figured out it doesn't matter. You can put him outside, he can get back inside. He doesn't care. He is a magician, this dog, I'm telling you. And so I had to get bigger baby gates, and I've literally got permanent baby gates that are positioned outside my door. Otherwise, he just lets himself in, and like, so I showed you guys the other day. I've got a Chaos Chronicles Duna, yeah, and so you guys have seen Zeus a lot. He suffers from eczema and sometimes he bleeds. And so my Duno is white. And the first day I got it, you could just see that Zeus was like, oh, yes, new bedding. And just went and jumped all over it. And then next thing you know, it looked like a fucking murder scene. Yeah. Thank you, Annie. I yeah, I chose to wear these overalls. I actually had something else on, and then I was like, no, I'm putting my overalls on. Zeus, no, mate, you're making me feel bad. Thank you, Gunny. So all those links that are getting dropped in the chat right now. So Gunhead is our absolute legendary moderator, and so they are all links to everything of mine. We've got Patreon there. We've got Twitch. We've got 2 different merchandise stores. We've got TikTok. We've got Twitter. And that's about it, I think. Oh, yeah, and my second YouTube channel, which I don't post on much. Oi, JD, you bloody legend. Badoosh. All I need's a straw hat. Should I? Looking forward, looking back. I've come a long way up the track. Got a long way left to go. Making friends from what I've known. Looking forward. This wouldn't be, if this was my hat, I wouldn't wear it like that. I'd wear it like this. Do you guys know who Chad Morgan is? We've been through this here. You can't bend these hats like you would imagine. They're just really, really not bendy. Oi, Tex, you came in at the right time. Look. Oi, JJ bought me this hat. True story. JJ got me this hat when we went to the rodeo last year. This is a didgeridoonahs. Zeus, shut up, or I'll put you outside. It takes rain to shape a hat. I am very particular the way I used to have my hats in my day. And they would consist of an equal, this is the front, yeah? So it would be like this, like that. What's going on, Rusty Nuts? I'm going to have to let me dog in because he's absolutely doing my head in. I'm sure you guys can hear him. Carrying on like he's about to go for defensive homicide. Don't make me get the hose, Maybelline. I'll back in a minute, guys. I'm just going to let him in because otherwise he's going to do my head in. Sorry, I know that's loud when you're wearing headphones. Do you know how I know? That's how I know. I'll put a song on for you all. All right, which song do you want? All right, good pick. Yep, lovely. No, say less. Why do I feel like that's not as loud as it should be?
Grew up where the silence was louder
than the street.
No one
ever
ever
listened.
Just a kid with broken
dreams.
Chaos on the corner, and the streets were never safe. Learn to fight the demons with a cold and hardened faith. Every door was locked, every light was dim. Schoolyard turned prison yard, chances looking slim. Taught to take the hits, taught to never cry. But deep down I was searching for a reason why. But I turned it all around. Yeah, I did it for my blood, for my kids, for my family. Pull myself out the mud, from a cell to the daylight. I'm breaking every chain. Showed them there's a better road. They don't have to know this pain. This life ain't just survival, it's legacy and truth. I made my name from fire, now I'm speaking true to you. From the chaos came a voice that they never understood. But I did it, yeah I did it. I did it for my blood. Every scar's a story from a time I could have died. but I'm still here breathing, and I hold my head with pride. Seen mates go ghost, seen mothers crying tears, seen young fellas turn to smoke, disappear for years. I ain't glorifying prison, I'm just telling you the facts. It's a graveyard with a roster, no one ever comes back. But I made it out the furnace, forged in a flame, and now I build an empire off my name. Yeah, I turned it all around. I did it for my blood, for the ones that look up to me when times are getting tougher. I speak to all the brothers still trapped behind them walls. Let my words break shackles, let them echo through the holes. This life ain't just survival, it's legacy and truth. I made my name from fire, now I'm speaking to the youth. From the chaos came a voice that they never understood. But I did it, yeah I did it. I did it for my blood. Now I'm tatted with the lessons, bruised but I'm proud. From the yard to the mic, I say it loud. Ain't no judge or culprit gonna write my fate. On my own redemption, I elevate. So I turn it all around. I did it for my blood, for my little girl smile, and my boys when times get tough. No more bars, no more cuffs, I'm a king on my land, with a voice like thunder and the world in my hand. This life ain't just survival, it's legacy and truth. I made my name from fire, now I'm speaking to the youth. From the chaos came a voice they never understood. But I did it, yeah I did it. I did it for my blood.
that couldn't have went any better, if I'm honest. And this is what... Hop out on your bed now. No, your bed's in there. Go on. No. No comment. Seriously. There was one thing that could have happened then that could have made it what it was. I should have stuck to my guns and just said, no, you're not coming in here. But now look what's happened. I don't even... There's no words, actually. So, all right, just a quick rundown on what just happened. So previously, prior to going live, had a couple of goes on Xbox Live, funnily enough. And so, as you guys know, my brand new headphones I just got, Atomic headphones. They weren't cheap. And the whole tumbler just literally tipped upside down into my new headphones. Good times, great music, better people. I'll be here till Tuesday. Try the shrimp. Stupid headphones. You know what? I was actually about to throw them then, but I don't know if you guys remember last time this happened and I threw my headphones, and the catastrophic disaster that it caused afterwards was like, why did I just throw the headphones? Not once did I say that it was my dog's fault. All I said was I buckled and I let you in here. I, as a matter of fact, said I spilt the tumbler and it landed in my head. Don't listen to him, Zeusy. I didn't say you did it. Here, put these on. He's like, what? Whatever. He's like, what are they saying? Can't even hear him. What am I playing? Call of Duty. I'm very good at it. I'm just saying. Oh yeah, they were actually plugged into my controller as well. So I unplugged that as well. Luckily, that was actually still up on my desk, and the headphones are actually just down underneath my desk, like right in the perfect spot, the whole paw. Oi, so that's what I play as well. So Gunny's just said I've been playing Delta Force a bit, and I'm actually pretty good at it. Yeah, so that's my second favorite game, Delta Force. But I play Call of Duty generally, and I'm good. Oh, multiplayer. Look, I'll be honest, I I very, very, very rarely play zombies. And I'll tell you the only time I play zombies is when, like, say for instance, I'll see something on YouTube or TikTok and it will say that, like, this new gun is meta. You know what I mean? And so I'm not willing to try that out against real people. I'm willing to try to see if that is a fucking, like, a triple A class weapon against zombies, because like the KD ratio and stuff like that isn't as bad. So when you're playing zombies, you can only die once, pretty much. So, yeah, that's why. Get an LPG car. I know. Do you know what? I know that it's not even Jordan that said that, JJ, because he's not there tonight. Um, do you know how I know that? Because you told me you were going to be here tonight, and you're not. But it's all right. You've got you've got enough excuses in the world to not be here. Red. Oi, can I just say that is my all-time favourite game, and I'll tell you why. I got locked up. I done 9 years. Yeah. Oi, Commodore's your fucking legend. Douche. Biff, you're not going to believe what I found on eBay. PPP green tracksuit pants, 199, and prison shoes, 400. No shit. This is crazy. So when I came out, my mum will be able to tell you that I came out with a heap of jail toothbrushes. You know, the flimsy rubber ones, because they were actually selling for like $300 on eBay because they were prison issue toothbrushes. I remember the day I left, the property screw was like, "Bro, give them back," and I was like, "No, they're mine. You have given them to me over all the years, and I've collected them and not used them. They are mine. I'm taking them home." He's like, "They're not opened. What are you going to do with them?" And yeah, $200 on eBay. I've got a diesel. Thank you. I've got. All right. My car's pretty new, but it's still a diesel, and I think that all round better fuel economy with diesels, um, especially if you've got a Turbofly Ampler Woofler like I've got a turbo diesel. You know what? I didn't even know my car was turbo diesel, and my son Ryder was like, "You should put a blow off valve on your car, Dad." And I was like, "Because you guys know I just got my new car, yeah." And he's like, "You should put a blow off valve on your car, Dad." And I was like, um, "What? I can't do that. You actually need to have a turbo car to have a blow off valve, mate." He goes, "Your car is a turbo." And I'm like, "It's not, mate. It's just a diesel." And he's gone, literally what he said was exactly to the T, exactly what it was. He said every single Jeep Grand Cherokee from this year up is turbo diesel. And I was like, "No, they're not. There's no way my car is a turbo." And he goes, "Unlock your car." So I unlocked my car. He ran out to my car, went and grabbed the book, and he goes, "Dad, look, I'm telling you, your car's a fucking turbo." And it was, like, sure enough, I was like, "Oh my God, I'm going to get a blow off valve now and drive down the street and go, a poo, a poo." Because to me, that's what sound they make, you know? A poo. My car's a turbo diesel, it turns out. And I would have absolutely bet my left thumb that that was not the case. As soon as I walked in, I made a slasher out of one. I get it. Yep. I'll tell you what used to spin people out with me, yeah, was my ability to make keys. And my ability was fucking uncanny. So what I would do, I'll say one method that I would use that was the best method ever, right? So at like prisons like Port Phillip and stuff like that, you get plastic cutlery, right? And I was always able to like jimmy locks. If I knew it was a certain lock, it didn't matter how much money they spent on security. If it was a certain type of lock and I had a flat bit of steel, I was getting in there and there was no two ways about it. And I actually kind of duprayed it, you know, off Shawshank Redemption. So what I started to do, right, was some of the older prison cells had a lock on the inside as well as the outside. Some of the older prison cells, right? And so what I would do is back when we were allowed to smoke and you had copious amounts of fucking matches, I literally at one stage had like 700 match heads all chopped off, just match heads, and literally a whole stack of fucking um, um, table tennis balls I'd been fucking collecting. And Port Phillip, they just did not fucking care. Like, fucking, they did not care. Oh, yeah, yeah. So, anyway, that's what I actually started practicing making keys out of the plastic knives. And so, what I would actually do is I would get them till they were right on the point of dripping and then just smash it straight into the lock. And what I would use is not the flat end. I would use the thick end because obviously there's more plastic on the handle. And so, yeah, I literally started trying to make keys out of melted plastic. And yeah, I actually mastered the art of doing this. And so they actually got this certain type of nut that they started putting all around Port Phillip Prison, which required a certain kind of key to undo that nut, right? And I remember one day I was sitting there with my bro and I'm having a chat with him and I just had this brain fart and I was like, I reckon I know I can undo those new tech bolts. And he's like, what? And I'm like, you know, the new bolts that are in everything. I go, I know how to undo them. I think I know how to undo them. He said, how? I swear to God, this is exactly how it happened. I went straight to my fucking little toiletry bag and I grabbed out, at Port Phillip, you can get a large set of nail clippers and a small set, right? And so on the large set, they have this bit what you can file your nails with, right? And so what they used to do was they used to snap the sharp bit off, and so you only used to have a little square bit like that, but it used to have these two little prongs that used to hold it in place, right? And I remember I was like, bang, 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 took my fucking nail clippers apart, and I was like, watch, and went whack, and I could not believe it. It fitted exactly in the two holes, which was this new U-Butte security fucking system that Port Phillip, and I swear to God, I bet it with my nail clippers. But I swear, this is what happened. So when I decided to show my bro that I'm going to show you how this works, I did it on the intercom system, right? So at the time, all of the other ones like that were either up on the light or the intercom system. And so I was like, I'm going to show you how I can undo the intercom. And in my brain, I was like, this is definitely a stash spot because no one's going to think we can undo the intercoms. And anyway, so I get all four screws out, I swear to God. And so what it was so the intercoms were actually like, so the flat intercoms like this, and they actually had like a square box behind them, right? And so I've gone bang, 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 pulled all screws out, and stupid me has gone as soon as the inside fucking sleeve of that fucking thing had finished touching the outside sleeve, so like I said, the flat bit was joined to like this bit of square bit like this, and that went into the wall. But the wall had like a steel thing on it that had to slide through to get out. And this is exactly what happened, right? So I've gone bang, bang, bang. Yes, stash spot. Pulled it out. As soon as it's like finished touching the metal, the buzzer went off. Like if you press it, like, and I was like, oh fuck. And straight away it was security, yeah, because this was at like 10:30, 11 o'clock at night, and it was security, and they're like, what have you done? And I'm like, nah, nothing, miss, nothing. I said, I'm sleeping with my foot. I'm sleeping with my pillows up the other end of the bed. And I said, my foot, because usually the intercom's right there above your head, yeah? So if you're dying, you can go, bang, help me, I'm a sook. And, yeah, so anyway, I said, nah, miss, I hit it with my foot accidentally, like it's an accident. She said, fucking bullshit. She said, you've done something. I don't know what you've done. And so then next thing you know, my bro's getting his pair of fucking nail clippers out, and we're both trying to screw these fucking 4 screws back in. And I swear this is exactly how it happened. We're both sitting on my bed and we're both going, fuck, 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 knowing damn well they were on their way down. Now, mind you, we couldn't say a word because they were still on the intercom. So we couldn't say like, hurry up, fuck, fuck. So we had to just be quiet. We're going, and my bro's got his fucking nail clippers out. I've got mine out. Literally went like this. Bang. Tightened the last one. Both of us, he jumped onto his bed. He laid back on his bed. Then boof. The door come flying open. And they're like running over and they're having a look at it. They're like, what did you fucking do? We're like, what are you talking about? I said, I told the screw-ass that I accidentally hit the fucking button with my foot. I look like Tupac with the fit. True? That's a pretty random thing to say. Biff, were you ever addicted to alcohol? I'm struggling a bit at the moment and I'm scared of rehab. Any suggestions? Look, I've never been addicted to alcohol. As a matter of fact, right, so I'll use a perfect example. So over Christmas time, I got myself, it wasn't even that I was turning into an alcoholic or anything like that, but I started going live every night, and it started like with Friday night frothies, right? So every Fridays I'd do lives, we'd have a couple of drinks and you know, we'd have fun. And then so over the Christmas holidays, because like everyone was home, blah, 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 everyone's like home watching their kids. And yeah, I started going live every night, which meant I started drinking every night. And then, yeah, it got to a point and I was like, you've actually had a drink every single night for the last 3 weeks. And I was like, damn, like I can't do this, you know. Oi, Matthew Aiken, you bloody legend. Butters. Do you know what I love about my camera? Watch this. Like it's zoomed in on me and then you go, Butters, and it'll go, bang, zooms in. Do you know what it says on my knuckles? Ready, look. Hard Lucy. Nah, it says hard luck. But, right, if you have a look there, I actually had to fucking mirror. I actually had to make the C longer because it actually looked like it said hard cock. If you have a look, as you know, tattoos spread, and it actually makes it that look like the top of the U has no gap there, and it actually looks like an O, and that looks like a C then, there, and then it looks like it says hard cock, but it doesn't. It says hard luck. True story. I swear to God, I always say that I'm going to cover. I should get my tattoo kit out. Oh, there's legends in this chat right now that actually watch me shade my whole arm on TikTok Live. So I shaded my whole arm right up to my elbow, and then right up I done all of this because I could do that, and then obviously I couldn't do under here and that. I had to get the tattooist to do under here and stuff. But there's a lot of people in the chat that actually sat there and watched me tattoo myself on live and just chat to people while I'm tattooing myself. Oh no, now all I see is cock. Careful, you might get pregnant. JJ's like, no, wait for tomorrow night. I'll tell you what I am going to do. I'm going to do, so my tattoos faded away, yeah? And so, like, I've got a lot of tattoos that are, like, plain and simply just jail meanings. But see that there? The 3 dots? That is something that simply means this. My crazy life. So that's what it is. That bottom dot there means my, the top one means crazy, and then the other one means life. So the next tattoo I get will be there, and it will be a my crazy life tattoo, top dot right there, and then the second dot there, and then obviously the second one over here. But like same size as that, no bigger than that. It'll just be that size. Yeah. I've got so many like dumb shit jail tattoos. Like, there's a tough one. You ready? See that one? Wait. DBD. Do you know what that stands for? Death before dishonor. So that means I'll take my own life before I will ever snitch on anyone. You know what this one means? FTW. Let's see. I reckon 90% of people are going to write what they assume that it means. And I'll tell you, it's got 2 meanings to me, and none of them are the one that you think it means. What does FTW mean? Now, there'll be people in the chat that have actually heard me say this and heard me say what it actually means to me, the FTW on my finger. Nessie says, for the win. I'll tell you what, that's pretty close. So Upside Nay says, fuck the world. Now, the general consensus is everyone thinks, I've actually got it tattooed here too. Anyway, so I've got it tattooed twice because it's got 2 different meanings to me. So everyone thinks that it means fuck the world. It does not in my books. It means this. Obviously, I've been a 1% biker. I was a bike rider most of my life. So it means this. Forever 2 wheels, yeah? Forever 2 wheels. That's what that one means, actually. And I'll tell you a funny story. My mum will second this if she's still in the chat. Me and my brother tattooed each other's FTW on each other's lips, right? Blind drunk, 3 shades to the wind, should not be tattooing each other. I actually tattooed my brother's F that deep in his fucking lip. You could see it on the outside of his mouth here. So I tattooed the inside of his lip, but for years he had this like, it looked like a T, but it was like only bits of the F. I tattooed it that deep. It tattooed it right through his lip to the outside of his lip. So he tattooed the FTW on mine, and I tattooed the FTW on his. And so, like I said, this one means forever two wheels because I was a bike rider, and this one means fight to win. That means fight to win. No other meanings. People say it means fuck the world, but none of that means shit to me. JJ says feel the wood or forever the witch. What are they both like? Oh yeah, look. I got a new fucking look. How cool is he? Look, I said to JJ today, she goes, what is it? I said, I don't know. It's a fucking skull eating a donut. I don't know. So, just when you think your favourite gaming chair is dead and is like this one, leaking like stuff all over the place, it's just not game over for it. You can literally go onto Temu, which is where this thing came from, and buy a fucking gaming chair cover, and all of your fucking dreams come true. And you never have to give away your favourite gaming chair. Oi, JJ, where do I get this gaming chair from? Actually, that's the first thing JJ said when I showed her. She said it's Sandra Scully. Yeah, she's a fucking nitwit. Free the Willy. Thank God I've got me fly done up. God, contain yourself, ladies. I spent $600 on a sick office chair, and it's been going 10 years now. Do you know what? Gunny. So I had a pretty fucking mad office chair, but then like the exact time when JJ come and saved me, I literally put everything that I could fit, so my gaming PC, and the only thing I couldn't fit, and I had to fit all of this in a suitcase, and then the only other hand I had free had to walk my 80-kilo dog, who already wanted to eat people because people came to the house to try and get me that day. And my dog was already on high alert, and it was just the craziest time. And I was like, I'm going to leave my screen here, which was a pretty expensive curved screen, gaming computer, PC screen. And yeah, I've never seen that since. That's a true story. So when me and JJ were together, when we were boyfriend and girlfriend stuff, JJ came home with this chair one day, and I was using an office chair. I was actually using uh, like a kitchen table chair. Yeah. And I'm a hoarder. If it's good, I'm keeping it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I am a very firm believer of that. Been reflecting on some of my silly, stupid chat and need to reset my emoji intentions to keep chat safe. Zeus needs a patch that says fuck around and find out. Do you know what? I agree. I do have somewhere in my Zeus fits into like a size 4 jumper. So like a size 4 child hoodie. So the last one I got him was a LA Raiders or Oakland Raiders. Anyway, it was a Raiders jersey, and it was from Kmart. And true story, I actually bought it for my granddaughter, but I accidentally put 2 there instead of 1, and I ended up with 2. And now, guys, I don't shop steal. So when I say I accidentally, I truly accidentally did that. So I was like, oh, now I've got a spare one. And so, yeah, but he hasn't worn it in a little while now, if I'm absolutely honest. Do you want to know something? About no patches allowed in jail. Good thing we're not in jail, Angus. Neither Zeus. Yeah. Do you know what? Oi, Corvus. So when you say that, right? When I hear that, I think of Dunlop. I think so in my brain, all my brain when I see those numbers put together. Who can remember the KT26s Dunlops? Fuck. I've got a lot of stuff that like I actually walked out of prison last time I got let out. I have this fucking rule that I've had my whole life. I don't want to walk out with anything other than what I'm wearing. Yeah, it's just bad fucking juju. That's what I used to think until I found out you could make money off it, and then I was like, man, bad juju doesn't exist. Yeah, and then I just started getting out of jail with everything. Yeah, I signed out all of my I've got a lot of prison cards. So what I used to do, so my prison ID card, what I used to do is I used to get two of the exact same birthday cards. You can buy birthday, Christmas, Mother's Day, all kinds of cards in prison, yeah. And I used to ask for the exact. This is how dumb they are. I used to ask for the exact same card twice. Now I know that Sir fucking Scratchy's bum was sitting there thinking, why is Biff fucking picking two of the same cards every random? Why is he doing this? So anyway, I'll give you away a little secret. What I used to do was I used to get my cards. I used to get two birthday cards and I'd stick my card straight in the middle of it. I'd get the PVC glue, what we used to be able to get from Arts and Craft for our matchsticks and fucking shit like that. And I would make two cards into one. And the funniest thing was, if you wet them enough, they actually kind of mold into one anyway. And so there was literally no way of telling that that's what I was doing. And that's how I signed out all of my cards. I did it other ways, but I'm not going to give up the other ways because people still do it, and I don't want to dob them in. Anyway, what I was going to say before sorry to talk while you're interrupting, JJ. Jokes, don't hit me. I bruise easy. What I was about to say is that about well, yeah, I don't know, about 18 months ago now. I remember JJ used to watch certain YouTube videos and certain creators that I'd never seen before. I grew to like these creators. So one of these creators, she's an American woman who has married a like 100% Italian bloke who's come from Italy to live in America, right? Anyway, I can't remember their name, but they're quite fucking funny. This dude is actually hilarious. She's quite funny too, if I'm honest, and she's pretty hot. But anyway, I remember watching this one day, and this is how sometimes uncultured I am, right? So I remember I had the exact same reaction that this guy had, but in reverse. So they were at the supermarket and they were about to go buy some Parmesan cheese, right? And so, oi, I think I missed my mumsy saying good night. Love you, mumsy. Yeah, and so anyway, on this particular one, they're in the supermarket and they're putting stuff in the trolley, and the girl puts Parmesan cheese in the trolley, right? Like Australian Parmesan cheese. We here in Australia, this is how fucked up our Parmesan cheese is. Its nickname is chuck cheese or spew cheese or poo cheese. Like, there's only 3 names for the Parmesan we have here. Like, you know, you could be at the most fancy restaurant in Australia and, like, you could say, I want fucking Woolies fucking Parmesan. I want fucking chuck cheese. And if you say chuck cheese, that lady at the fucking Michelin star restaurant knows exactly what you're talking about. Anyway, like I said, I had the exact reverse effect of what was going on in that video. So anyway, the intention of that video was this guy going, that's not fucking Parmesan cheese, you fucking dumb shit. We actually, no. We know. And every time she pulled it off the fucking shelf and put it in the trolley, he'd put it back and he'd put this other shit in that looked like shaved cheese. You know when like your fucking cheese grater when you run it down the fucking bit that's like supposed to do your like. Anyway, I was like, so like I said, it was the exact opposite reaction of that guy was having. That guy was that horrified that people thought that was Parmesan cheese. And here's me watching that video, that horrified that people thought that was Parmesan cheese. I was like, no, unless you're fucking, if you, listen, you can even get Parmesan now in a shaker, right? This is me in my head. I'm like, unless when you fucking rip that seal off, yep, smells like poo or smells like spew, that is Parmesan cheese. I don't know why. I don't know why. But I like that on spaghetti bolognese. I know it smells like poo. I know it smells like spew. But for some reason, it is fucking gold on spaghetti bolognese. Now, right, about 6 months ago, since I've been living by myself, I was at the supermarket and I seen this Parmesan cheese what this fella was on about, right? And I grabbed it and I was like, picked up the other Parmesan cheese and I was like, well, there's only $1 different. What harm is there in trying? I can tell you, you couldn't pay me to ever pick up that fucking spew poo cheese again. Never in my life will I ever pick up spew poo cheese. As a matter of fact, I picked up some accidentally the other day, thinking it was the cheese that I have, the traditional Parmesan that I have on my loaded fries, and I was in absolute shock horror. I was like, oh, bro, no. It smells like bad feet, poo, and spew all in. Like it smells like a good night out, all in one night. Do you know what I mean? Smells like stinky feet, poo, and spew. That's a good night to me. Most of them nights, all of those were all over me. But whatever. We're here for a good time, not a long time. You know what I'm going to get though for my overalls? What I'm going to get for my new overalls is I'm going to get the Child's Play Chucky stripy shirt, and I think I'm going to wear that on Halloween. But I'm not going to lie, if that rocks up on a Tuesday, I'm putting that on Wednesday and wearing it on a live. I can't help it. I'm ADHD. My brain can't do that. My brain, literally, so like, I asked JJ and my mum, they'll tell you the same thing. I said the same thing to both of them today. They said, "What are you doing?" Said nothing. My parcel came today and it was like fucking Christmas. I get that excited when I order something. I think I'm actually addicted to that. Like, I can't help it. I've got this rule, right? When any time fresh money has come into my account, I have to buy at least one thing for the office, right? I have got so much fucking shit for this office now that I can't even fit it all. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I just got cool shit. Who else has fucking like stupid fucking blow up balloon dolls? Who else has fucking teddy bears that have got fucking guns in their waist belt? I love that. How good's that? Do you know these are aqua dipped, yeah? So that is absolutely by random that gun has landed exactly there. I was like, that was made for me. But yeah, I've got so much shit. I got this one too, but I literally have nowhere to fucking put the fucker now. Right, so this is like, you know when you get like from Temu and that, and it's on, you know when you get like, they call them tapestries now for some reason. I don't know. It's not a fucking tapestry. All it is a bit of cotton with paint on it. This is on a canvas, as you can see. Oi, I know you're my biggest fan in the house. I pull your head in. Blowing shit everywhere. Have a look at yourself in the mirror. Or you can actually hear how thick it is. That's what she said. That was rude, wasn't it? Oi, JD, you fucking legend. So, guys, what I'm actually going to start doing, right, because I've found somebody that makes these at a very good price. So, like I said, I'm going to start giving away when we do prizes that I have made and done myself. So, that's something that you can expect in the future. So, this is going to be part of our giveaways in the future. So, I don't know how to explain how big this is on the camera. I'm 5'10", and this nearly hits the ground, yeah? So, that must be about 5'5". So, about, I don't know, 1.5 meters, maybe. And then also, obviously, the hoodies and stuff that I showed you guys today. No, I hate you when you do that. I just can't you be simple? Like seriously, all men wants is simple things in life. Like no one wants a fucking double fucking Bowie knot, fucking triple fucking tie dye folded, fucking 7 fucking strand, fucking Egyptian cotton, fucking fringed. Like seriously, I just want to grab this and just like fold it. I don't want to. Hang on. There we go. Yep. Wait. One more. Pushka. There we go. Did it. So this will be part of the new giveaways. Plus, hang on a minute. We may as well set the ambience while we're doing it. What ambience when you don't have a fucking earphone in your head?
They say you know
when you know.
So let's face it, you had
You had me in hello.
The hesitation never helps. How could this be anything else? When all I dream of is your eyes, all I long for is your touch.
I'm just gonna send that back. That says all I dream of is your ass. Listen.
When all I dream of is your eyes, when all I dream of is your eyes, all I touch is your eyes, all I long for is your eyes, all I long for is your touch, and dark is your eyes, all I long for is your eyes, all I long for is your touch, is your eyes, all I long for is your touch. And darling, something tells me that's enough. You can say that I'm a fool, and I don't know very much, but I think they call it love. One smile, one kiss, two lonely hearts.
This AI music is stuck in a rut.
Now, baby, you're on my mind.
Well, you know what? I'm going to say this. I don't think you'll ever meet any one person who's ever been stuck in any one type of rut in their life and can ever say that they weren't enjoying the start of that rut. That's why people get addicted to things, because they're enjoying it immensely. Rah, 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 rah. I wouldn't say that I'm stuck in an AI music rut, because I'm playing the same fucking 10 AI songs over and over and over every live. What I think stuck in it. Oh, but that's what it said. Listen. You got to listen. Skipping. Sorry. Boy, that's when you can tell when someone's got fucking ADHD bad, when they get stuck in a fucking loop. ADHD people get stuck in a fucking loop. Here I am, half undressed, talking about being stuck in... Wait. Someone said I was looking like Tupac, so I've got to feel like Tupac. That's how we're doing it from now on.
Things and move things.
See somebody how to don't do whenever I tell that motherfucker what to do is the pecking order.
Here's the pecking order.
Okay, country.
We got the power.
Oi, straight back at you, Melinda Y2K. Oi, can I say this just now? I was so when Y2K happens, right? So I was actually the year 2000. I was 17 years old, right? Now I remember. Keep in mind, I've said this plenty of times. I stayed down. So I stayed down twice. I stayed down when I was younger and I stayed down when I was older. But like I also started school when I was 4. So I was fucked from the offset. I was always 1 year at least, the youngest person in the classroom. Always, I was 1 year younger every time. And anyway, so what I was saying, I got a little bit fucking, I was like, no. So Y2K, the year 2000, myself, you guys actually might remember this, right? It's something I'm not proud of, but it was me that did this. So there was 1.5 million pedestrians in Melbourne CBD the year 2000 New Year's Eve, right? It was like something I've never witnessed. Now, I've been to many big gatherings at Melbourne and nothing. Like I'm talking, it was wall-to-wall people from Flinders Street to fucking Footscray, from Spencer Street to fucking Richmond. It was so packed, right? Anyway, you guys might remember this exact incident, and it was me. So, anyway, we get back to Flinders Street Station. I was 17 years old, and my girlfriend at the time was 1 year younger than me. I was in year 10, and she was in year 9. And this was the first time that her parents had trusted her to come to my house. But like they didn't know that we weren't going to my house. We were getting on the V line and we were going to Melbourne and fucking meeting up with all my mates from Melbourne, and we were going to run amok. But like, keep in mind, like I didn't smoke dope or nothing like this at this time. Like I was boxing, I drank, but that was it. And so anyway, I'm fucking 4 parts pissed, 3 parts to the wind. We get back to Flinders Street Station, and there is this big train blockage because of every single train that's leaving the station as having some kind of incident, because there's like 10 times the amount of people on that train that should be, no matter what way it was leaving as well. Anyway, you guys might remember this. There was a big newscast about it. And so anyway, what had happened was, I remember like we got to the station about 5 minutes before. Now, I've always had this thing where I've got stage fright, yeah? I can't just go to the toilet in front of other people. Like, it's hard for me, yeah? And so I always have to, like, generally, like, if there's a public toilet available, I will always pick the tree because I can hide behind it, you know? And anyway, this is exactly what had happened on that day. And I remember when I had come back, there was like, when I had left, there was a group of people up the total opposite end of the train station having dramas with this one guy. And so like, it was the total opposite end of Flinders Street Station. So I was like, it's no issue here. Anyway, I said to my girlfriend, and I was there with about maybe 15 to 18 mates. Like, there was a lot of us. And I was like, look, I'm going for a piss. Please just fucking look after my girl, yeah? And so I take off and I go to the toilet, and then I come back, and then I swear to God, when I come back, just as I walk around the corner, so my girlfriend didn't even drink. We were like teenagers, but like she didn't drink or do drugs or anything like that. And like she had a can of Coke in her hand. And I remember just as I walked around the corner, the dude's just gone whack and whacked it straight out of her hand. And I was like, because I was very drunk, but I remember I was like, what the fuck has just happened? And I remember like my first priority was like he's just hit her, like, because that's what it looked like to me. It looked like he hit her. And then so what had actually happened was, so I ended up getting this guy. Like I ran straight up and just freaking attacked him like a fucking spider monkey on the station, and yeah, fucked this guy up. And then I remember like it happened, and you know where the yellow line is at the station, and you're not supposed to get behind that line because there's a train coming. Now I remember. Now I swear I did not know there was a train coming. Like I still to this day, and I will say this to the day I die. I did not know there was a train coming. I was having a fight. So the last thing I am hearing is a fucking train coming, right? And then all I can remember is hearing people saying, "Get him, get him off the station, get him off the station." So in my head, all I was thinking was like, how easy is this? I just finished feeding this dude and then just went bang and kicked him straight off the fucking station, right? Straight onto the train tracks. And then I remember everyone going, no. And then I remember looking and there was a fucking train coming, right? You know what I did that day? I fucking jumped straight down there, right? And there was a train coming and it was going, squealing. And I was like, I've got to save this guy's life because I've just pushed him. Everyone was saying, get him off the station. In my head at the time, I was like, well, that was easy. It was just one kick. Boof, he's off the station. Bang. Fucking panic station. So I jumped straight down there. And like, guys, like until I was like 30 years old, I was always like 85 kilos max was me, yeah? And so I'm small. And so like this guy's on the tracks but he's hit his head. He's a little bit knocked out. And I've had to jump onto the tracks and I've literally got this guy and I remember doing this. So my football club used to be right next to where they used to do all their crazy fire brigade training in that fucking big brick building, and they'd light it on fire and all the people would go running in there. And it was exciting for us to look at. I remember seeing this exact move, and it was like lift the guy like up over your knee, put your knee up, and then like literally stamp one foot down and lift one foot up, and that will be enough force to get the person to your shoulder. And I didn't have that strength, but like bang, lifted that dude up. My mates grabbed him, grabbed me, quickly rolled, bang, 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 rolled over, and then the train like stopped, you know, and I was like, holy shit. Y2K. That's my Y2K memory. Down. Trains, planes, and automobiles and bikes. The boys loving it. Oh, 100%. Do you know what? Like that was, and you couldn't have put it any other way. Like we were the dumb shits who probably mastered the art of train surfing. We were the dumb shits that did that. I've actually lost 3 of my mates on train deaths. But might I add that I was just showing you guys all the tattoos on my fingers, right? I showed you DBD, I showed you FTW, and this one says RIP Leroy. That's right on my middle finger, yeah? That's because of, I'll tell you, I've had 2 friends that have said the exact same thing as the last text to their girlfriend and stuck very solid to their word. So I lived in an area in Cranbourne, what's called Marinda Park, which didn't used to have a train station. When we moved to Marinda Park, Cranbourne didn't even have a train station. So they built the Cranny station first, and then they built the Marinda station. But like, it was very, very easy for, like, my very first criminal offence was for setting off the train tracks. We figured out how to set the train tracks off, and then we figured out you could do it with 2 20-cent coins. But yeah, that was my first ever criminal offence. But I had 2 friends, so rest in peace, Josh Jones and Corey Shepherd. So these were my 2 friends that I've known most of my life. So Josh was one of my sister's best friends, and Corey was one of my brother's best friends. As a matter of fact, my sister's first child is named after Corey, who did this, and they both did the exact same thing, which is quite horrible. Trigger warning: if you guys like break easy, this bit's going to be a bit deep, so maybe press mute or something for a couple of minutes. But anyway, both of these mates of mine did the same thing. So both of these people that I just mentioned did the same thing, and then my mate did something a little bit different. So they were having like an argument, him and his missus, right? And then so what had happened was my friend's partner had lived in Marinda Park where I lived, and he lived closer to Cranbourne Station. Now these are only like, it's a 2-minute train ride, yeah? And so anyway, both of them said the same thing. Their girlfriend had just said that they were going to leave them, and then they said, I'll see you on the next train, and which is exactly what they did. Need I say anymore? And was absolutely horrific, because that happened to me when I was at high school, and then this one happened in the, so all of these happened in the exact same spot too, like taking their lives by a train in the same spot. And so this is years on. So like, this happened in high school when Josh and Corey did that, and then fast forward to when I'm like 19 years old, 20 maybe. I remember I was like selling copious amounts of things I shouldn't have been. And I remember on this particular date, I'd been up the night before. I was fucking wrecked. I just wanted to sleep. And I kept on getting like missed calls off my mate, who evidently just so happened to be my dealer at the time. And so like, when it got to like the 25th phone call, I was like, I've got to answer this. And so anyway, I answered it, and he's like, listen, he's like, been trying to fucking ring you. He's like, ring Lee, because he's fucking telling everyone he's about to fucking kill himself and we can't find him. That was one phone call, and then I swear to God, about 3 minutes later, he's like, don't bother. He's like, he just did what we thought he was going to do. And the thing was, like, I had mates ringing me. They're like, bro, the police helicopter circling Marinda Park train station. And I remember I lived in Corowa at the time, but I had a VNSS 5-litre, 5-speed, mini spooled 3.9 gears. Like, this thing fucking launched, yeah? And I remember I literally sat 230, 240 the whole way from Corowa to Melbourne. And I remember on the way, because they were like, "We need you here," and I was like, "I'm on my way." And then anyway, and then the phone call was the police helicopters circling the fucking Marinda Park train station, which is where we lost two of our other friends. And then yeah, he done the exact same thing. Crazy. Fuck yeah. Rest in peace, Leroy. You know what? Actually, Leroy's sister, there's a good chance that Leroy's sister is watching the chat right now. I actually got an email off her the other day and said that, you know, she appreciated my friendship of her brother, because like obviously I just kept dropping in years after he passed away and would see if the family were doing all right and blah blah blah. And then the sister actually had some problems with this dude who I was in jail with, and I sorted it out like that, you know. And then like the family loved me. But oi, thank you, Liam, fucking you bloody legend. Liam Kiernan. Do you know what? I had to read that twice, because that was actually, thank you so much for your donation, legend. But that's actually so close to two of my childhood friends growing up, Liam and Kirsten. That was, so Liam was the younger brother and Kirsten was the older one out of the two, and then there was actually an older brother. But yeah, I thought that. Anyway, I'm going to fill this bad boy up. I don't even know. There it is. I'll leave nothing but like beautiful AI created music on for you, legends. It's this one.
They say
You
know
when you
So let's face it, you had me at hello. Hesitation never helps. How could this be anything else? When all I dream of is your eyes, all I long for is your touch. And darling, something tells me that's enough. You can say that I'm a fool and I don't know very much, but I think they call this love. One smile, one kiss, two lonely hearts is all that it takes. Now baby, you're on my mind every night, every day. Good vibrations getting loud. How could this be anything else? When all I dream of is your eyes, all I long for is your touch. And darling, something tells me that's enough. You can say that I'm a fool and I don't know very much, but I think they call this love. your touch. And darling, something tells me it's enough. You can say that I'm a fool and I don't know very much, but I think they call, oh, I think they call, yes, I think they call this love. This love. They say you know when you know, so let's face it, you had me at hello. Hesitation never helps. How could this be anything else? When all I dream of is your eyes, all I long for is your touch. And darling, something tells me that's enough. You can say that I'm a fool and I don't know very much, but I think they call this love. One smile, one kiss, two lonely hearts is all that it takes. Now baby, you're on my mind every night, every day. Good vibrations getting loud. How could this be anything else? When all I dream of is your eyes, all I long for is your touch. And darling, something tells me that's enough. You can say that I'm a fool and I don't know very much, but I think they call this love. I think they call this love. What could this be between you and me? Oh, all I dream of is your eyes, all I long for is your touch. And darling, something tells me it's enough. You can say that I'm a fool and I don't know very much, but I think they call, oh, I think they call, yes, I think they call this love. This love. They say you know when you know,
Oh,
so let's face it, you had me at hello. Hesitation never helps.
I got this as well. Oh, check this thing out.
Anything else. When all I dream of is your
Well, I could show you this, but it really wouldn't do much. You really have to see it for what it is.
You can say that I'm a fool and I don't know very much.
It's the new addition to my Jeep my cheap brand ferret feed. My car's name is. I've got a cheap brand ferret feed. Anyway, I've also got this, which we put underneath the bonnet. And on here, we have two special little options that we can pick. We can pick megaphone mode, so like, yeah, hello dickhead, fucking pull over because you're fucking taking up all the road and you're driving a fucking Volvo. Fucking move, you. And then it also has every siren that there is: fire, ambulance, police. Then it also has a number of other sounds. So come the 1st of next month, this will be the new addition we're adding to my cheap brand ferret feed. This will be really fun because it's got so many activities on there. Just on here, there's so many activities. Oh, that's terrible, Commodores. Damn. Anyway, I have been known to buy stupid things online. I should not be left unsupervised at any time, but I am at most times. And so I end up buying things like this. But I mean, really, other than things that I've bought for the office, like this was the first thing that I bought, and I can't wait to put it on the car so I can fuck with people legally, of course. We're living in 2026. You can go to prison for saying somebody, well, anything. You can say anything. You can say anything, and if it makes Joe Blogs feel like, I don't know, their vagina hurts, well, you can go to prison for it. You better believe it. Don't think I was just being gender fucking. I wasn't, because Joe's a female and a male name. So don't get me on the they them fucking reference. I'm actually pretty. You got to be pretty careful in what you say, especially if you're in a public space like I am. You got to be very careful in what you say. But here's the truth: we have people in this chat that identify as whatever they want, and yeah, that's why we are the best chat on YouTube. Because you know why? We don't care. We really don't. If you fit in here and you can just stick by a couple of simple rules, which are: number one, don't be a troll; number two, don't be a troll; and number three, don't be a troll to everyone. Quite simple to stay an absolute loving member of the community here. But it's funny, I sometimes, because of the way I look, people take me as something that I am absolutely not. And that pisses me off. It pisses me off more than anything. Because, I really couldn't give a fuck. I really, really couldn't give a fucking shit what anyone chooses to do in their spare time. I really don't care. I ask for one thing and one thing only. When you choose to spend your spare time with the rest of us, that you just stick by the only simple rules that we ask for. I don't care what demographic you've come from. I couldn't give a shit. If you are a contributing member of this community, you are welcome. Simple as that. And I'm wearing overalls. Yeah, it's one of them fucking days, I'll tell ya. Oh, yes, Zeus. Morning. Calder says, I'm non-binary on my birth certificate, and thinking about it, if the Young Guns typo put a simple S in front of the pronouns like Shay or Shim, but there is bigger issues for my younger gens. Hey, here's the truth, right? Here's what I think, and this is what I honestly think. Now, I've just finished saying what I have said, that we have people from many different demographics that come to here in the chat, but I'm still a person who is holding valid opinions, and nothing will ever stop me from that. So, although I am a firm believer that how dare me tell you how to live your life, like how dare me tell you how to live your life? How dare me tell you that you can't fucking marry your best mate because his name's Barry instead of fucking Barina? Like, do you know what I mean? Who am I to say that? But I also have children, and I also have fucking thoughts, and I also have, do you know what I mean? I am all for fucking having all this freedom in our society, but I'm also a firm believer of keep it out of the fucking reach of my children. Like, children are very, very easily misled. I'll tell you how easily misled children are, right? So let's say, for instance, yesterday your child would have absolutely given up their left leg just to get a packet of Pokemon cards, right? But tomorrow, guess what? They've just gotten into fucking. Now they know what Asian fucking cartoons are, and now they want a fucking packet of fucking Dragon Ball Z cards today. And they will literally cut their left leg off today so they can get a packet of Dragon Ball Z cards, and would not even spit on a packet of fucking yesterday's Pokemon cards. This is why I am a believer of what I am a believer of. That, I'm all for it. Go and have your free speech and jump in front of 2,000 people and speak away. But don't jump in my child's primary school and have that speech. Like, I draw the line. Don't jump into because what you believe as an adult and you think that children should get taught what you believe as an adult. Like, let's face it, we're only just being fucking taught Aboriginal shit in our fucking schools, let alone fucking gender equality and gender fluidity and fucking all these words that come after gender that just make it difficult. And this is me. Like, you just heard me say everyone is welcome in my chat, but like, yeah, don't go to my kids' schools and try and brainwash my fucking kids. Like, simple as that. Yeah, kids should be kept kids for as long as they should be. Do you know what I mean? And look, don't get me wrong. I am someone who was told my whole life that I'm better than a criminal, but all I wanted to be was a criminal. So I get it. There's no difference. Do you know what I mean? You're born a male, you want to be a female. Fucking, you've been told your whole life you're a male. What's the difference in the fucking correlation there? Not much. Do you know what I mean? But I still believe this. Do you know what I mean? There aren't people going into fucking schools teaching kids how to become bikies. There aren't people going into schools teaching kids how to become fucking criminals. There aren't fucking even people going into primary schools teaching kids how to become tradesmen. There aren't even people going into primary schools teaching them how to become fucking teachers. Let's concentrate on the fucking basics before you start introducing things that kids can't even fathom in that fucking world. Do you know what I mean? I'm all for free speech, and I'm all for if you were born as fucking Jared and you want to be called fucking Jackie today, well, whatever fucking blows your hair back. But don't go to my fucking kid's school and try and tell my kid's my kid because he was born as fucking the name Joe that he can also be Joanne if he wants to. Because here's the thing, right? Kids are very, very much like sheep, and they are very much like whatever the coolest kid is doing, every other kid wants to do. So if the cooler kid's wearing a dress to school, guess what? All the other kids want to wear a dress to school. And I am a firm believer, and I stick by this. And I stick by what I said before. Every single person is welcome in my chat. But yeah, don't try and bring fucking chat into my children's life and, try and fucking change things from what they are to what you think they should be. Let's just let life take its fucking place, eh? One step at a time. You know what? Even if you were to go join a fucking rehab program tomorrow, they've got 12 steps, yeah? Even the most dysfunctional motherfuckers in society can function by 12 steps. So I say this, one step at a time. Do you know what I mean? Don't teach my kids to fucking be anything than what they are. Simple as that. Do you know what I mean? And because, right, here's the truth, right? I grew up with plenty of people that now identify as different than what they were born, right? And I get it. But here's the truth. When we were in primary school, not one of them kids had them thoughts. Not one of them. I can think of one kid in my primary school that I thought would end up to be a homosexual, became a homosexual. Do you know what I mean? I can't think of anyone else from my primary school that wanted to be anything other than a fucking Ninja Turtle or a Power Ranger. And it's as simple as that. And that is how easily led kids are. Do you know what I mean? Because fucking old mate, that's the you know what it's like at school. The cool kids are the best. And so whatever the cool kid does, the cool kid plays basketball, guess what? Nerdy kid who wants to be a cool kid plays basketball. That's what happens. So yeah, although I am very, 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 very forgiving, and I am very, very of the mindset that people deserve second chances, which is why I accept every single ex-criminal, every single ex-drug addict, every single current criminal, every single current drug addict. And it's the same with this gender stuff, right? I can't sit here and say blah, 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 and then, all right, so what I mean by that, blah, 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 is I can't sit here and say every one of you fuckers is welcome in my chat, right? And I have to say it like this because if I say it any other way, it doesn't have any strength to it. Because if I said this, if I was to like literally just go fucking have a whole fucking busload of people from Harlem join my chat and I said, I'm so glad that all of you people join my chat. Do you know how politically wrong that would be for me to say that? Right? So here's my brain in the same tangent of stupidness. How is it okay for me to say it's all right for you lot to be in my chat talking about all of anyone who identifies as anything other than what they were born, but that's not seen as like being like racist or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Biff, you know me as Michael. Have you or anyone heard if Kevin Makakiok heard he was good after Raymond? Oi, brother, thank you so much for your kind generosity. But also, you've got to understand, right? It doesn't matter where I stood in that criminal world. I say this very often because it's it rings very true, right? There's a very fine line between telling a story and telling on someone. So the questions like what you just asked is like, right. So to the general person who has no idea what you're talking about, it's a general question. But there are people in this chat who know exactly what you just asked, and you meant nothing wrong by it. So please don't take any offense to this. This is only me saying this to cover my ass because, like, I could sit here and answer all these questions that would like put someone in a higher light than the other person in that description, and it would make me out to seem like a fucking like it wouldn't matter. I could never ever do any right, and like I have rules for a reason, you know. Oi, what's going on, Jared? I'm not even fired up. Not even fired up. I think we've seen me a lot worse than this. Let's be honest. I think of it like this, Biff. I'm a vandal. I choose to be, but can't help it to. I would never encourage my nieces or nephew to be one as it's made life harder, but if they were, I'd support them. Yeah, look, and you know what? I absolutely get it. And I've had to have this conversation with each and every one of my boys that if they came home and said anything like this to me, that don't ever think that I'm going to look at you any different way because of the way I've lived my life and my stereotype, the general stereotype of the person of who I lived my life by. I've said it to all my children. I couldn't give a fucking shit. If you came home like my boys, I've said, if you came home with a dude and said, this is my fucking man, well, it is what it is. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to sit here and go, what have I done? Do you know what I mean? I'm a realist at the end of the day, and I say this so much. Oi, good on you, Karina. Or you know what? I'm going to call you Karina forever now. That's stuck. But I'll tell you what, legends, I will be jumping off in 14 minutes. Means we've been live for 2.5 hours. So, yeah, if you guys have got any subject arenas that you'd want us to talk about before we switch off or your seriousness. I don't know. I told JJ about this today, and she's like, "You've just got your fucking car and your license, and you're already." I'm like, "Listen, I will do anything that is well within my legal right. I know I can't let a siren go. I know I can't do that, but there is no law. If you can find it, actually tell me, because I've looked and I can't find one that says you can't drive around with a a megaphone underneath your bonnet and a fucking microphone in your hand saying, I don't know, heaps of funny shit. Like, it's literally like Step Brothers. Like when they build bunks, it's like so many activities. There is just so many activities to have here. And could you have a look at that? I swear to God, you know when you buy something off Temu? You know when you buy something? I swear to God, right? So every single one of these, I expected to be this size, right? So this is what Temu is like. So I expected that to be exactly like that. I expected that to look that big on Temu, but I'd get it, and the microphone would be the size of a bum phone max. If you guys don't know what a bum phone max is, it's an iPhone what you can get off Temu, which is literally like this big, and I'm the one who called it a bum phone max. Everyone just calls it a bum phone, but because it's an iPhone max, I started calling it a bum phone max. Why is it called a bum phone? Use your imagination. Sometimes in prison, people use out holes for in holes. Well, for many different occasions, actually. Now that we're on about it, I can't fucking wait. I cannot wait. I reckon I'll show you, alright? Because it says all I need to do is hook up this fucking red and this black. Now, I've got a battery here that's supposed to jumpstart a car. So, it's basically a car battery, right? For all you absolute tech heads in there, now I know there's a lot here. I know that there's a big difference from what I'm saying here. But what I'm saying is, all I've got to do, right, in the instructions says this. Join this black bit up to the black bit on your battery. Join the red bit up to the red bit on the battery in your car. Bang. Fucking screw it down, boof, underneath your bonnet, screw it down, boof. Then you've got this fucking bad boy here, and you can go Mount Thomas to VKC, Maggie Doyle. Yeah, we've got an 18-14-6 at McKillop Street. Can you please jump down quick straight away? We're going to need a 3-car insertion. Over. Oi, how dirty do truckies get if you don't do that? You can like go on the biggest like 2-hour tangent, and you hear it. You hear it all the time. I've been a truckie before. You hear these guys, they're on a tangent about their wife. Yeah, I got me fucking missus. She's at home. Oh, she's fucking sucking off every one of me mates, and it's a whole 2-hour conversation, right? And then it'll hang up. This guy's like dead set about to slash up. He's driving on the highway, and every other truck driver within fucking 100 kilometres is going, say fucking over, over, over. Say fucking over when you're finished. Over means full stop. Someone else can talk now. They get so fucking bullbar. Shut up, bullbar. Oi, if anyone has driven a truck anywhere in Australia, especially down the south coast, you will know about bullbar. He is a fucking domestic terrorist when it comes to CB radios. So you know what this guy got? I understand this technology enough to understand it, right? So this guy has his own repeater, right? So basically, what a repeater is so wherever he is with that repeater, he's got UHF reception, yeah? You know what this fucker's got? This fucker drives around with a full drive with a repeater in it, drives around Australia and absolutely fucking terrorizes every fucking truck driver. As a matter of fact, I challenge every single one of you in the chat right now. I challenge you to ask your truck driver friends if they know about bull bar. And I promise you, not one of them will have a nice word to say about bull bar. Oi, Tex, bro. Seriously, brother. What the fuck is the point in that shit, bro? It's all right. I understood exactly what you just said. I understood I was talking about bull bar, blah, blah, blah. Yep. And sorry, guys. So if you guys don't understood what Tex just said, this is exactly what bull bar used to say. Sorry, Tex, bro. It really just took me off there. I was like, bro, why did you just say that? But yeah, that's exactly what bull bar, the guy I was just talking about, it is his very, very famous line that he says. Sorry, Tex, bro. All right, Calder. Can I just ask you this? Can I just ask you if your Calder name comes from the Zelda Nintendo game? Do you know what? One of my childhood friends called their daughters Shinobi. I thought that was fucking cool as. You'll understand that if you're a video gamer. Oi, thank you, Tex. And for anyone else that's wanting to send me an email, that is my email address right there. Big Biffs Gaming at gmail.com. Big Biffs Gaming, one word, at gmail.com. Oi, Evie, you bloody legend, what are you doing? So anyway, so I've got, you guys heard me say the other day, I've got painters coming. Actually, I might not have even said, I got like 24 hours notice. So just before I moved in, they had the whole house weatherboarded. And I get an email from the landlord yesterday saying, well, they actually said that the landlord, I think they meant to say contractor, but they said the landlord will be there at 10 o'clock. And I was like, what? I was like, yeah, look, listen, whatever. You've said, can you leave the gate open? Yep, I can do that. Can you put my dog inside so he doesn't fucking eat the fucking, yep, I can do that. And then I was like, man, these guys didn't even give me 24 hours notice. And then I go out there today and I was like, like I actually made it like look like I just got home because they said, "Oh, the contractor's at your front door." I'm like, "The gate is open. Like you asked me for the contractor. Like that's fine." Yeah. Then I get out and I meet the contractor. It was actually a female contractor. I was a little bit taken back. I was like, didn't think it. Well, I mean, yeah, I actually feel a little bit rude for even thinking like that. But yeah, I was a little bit taken back. And then it was kind of funny because I was like, listen, there's going to be lawnmowers coming in tomorrow. I said, so should I tell them to wait? So like, because I don't want it to stick to the paint. And what was really funny is this like person's actually a lawnmower as well. And she's like, oh, do you need your lawns mowed? I was like, yeah, I do. But I actually bought my own lawnmower yesterday and blah, blah, blah. Went to school with Zelda. Damn. Oi, such a mad name. Do you know what? I went to school with these two girls, and so their names were wood names. So there was Jara and Willow. Jara and Willow. And I remember Jara was in my year group at school, and her sister was like my sister's eight like year group, and yeah, they had wood names. I remember saying to her like, "That's a crazy name. Like I'd never heard it before, other than the wood." And so my obviously first thing to say is like, "Were you named after a piece of wood?" She was like, "Yeah." And my sister Willow is named after a piece of wood as well. And so here's a true story. Fast forward, I ran into, so this was in primary school. So I ran into Willow and Jara in high school, and by this time they'd had a brother. And what do you think the brother's name was? It wasn't a type of wood. I mean, no, it definitely is. It definitely is. Sorry, I was thinking of Aboriginal painting colours, but it is also a type of wood. So we had Jarrah, Willow, Mumsy's going pretty good. So the last couple of lives, Mum's been joining. I haven't said to anyone, but Mum's been in hospital. But Mum just got out of hospital today, and so she's joined the live tonight. Her first live from not in hospital. She was pretty excited about that. Yeah, Mumsy had a chest infection and then caught pneumonia. Um, I said to my mum, yeah, I believe there's something going on at your house while you're catching pneumonia because I've caught it, my brother's caught it, and I think there's like, because like my mum lives in a cabin, like not a house. It's like half a house, half a caravan type thing. Anyway, so but there wasn't adequate ventilation in the bathroom, and so we got ventilation in Mum's bathroom. But I said to Mum yesterday, I think it's your bathroom that's given you um, pneumonia because like myself got it when I was pretty healthy at the time. My brother got it living there, and now my mum's had it like 3 times. Nah, his name was Oak. Just straight up Oak. And you know what? In my brain, I've always, until this one point right now, thought that they named him after like the Aboriginal paint colour, you know, the ochre. I actually, in my brain, thought that it was like, I have never put the correlation together until that point right then and there. Because I remember saying, like, you've got two wood kids and a stone kid. Doesn't make sense. But it does. Biff, best content, loving it here in NZ. Let's go. Whereabouts in NZ? Whereabouts in NZ you from, brother? Which island do you live on? Do you live on the South or the North Island? Are you a Pakeha or are you a Maori? And if you are a Maori, what is your whānau? Fucking damn straight, Biff knows his shit. I'll tell you something funny. I've said this 100 times. When I got taken to Waitangi Day, which is in prison, right? They celebrate Aboriginal, so they have NAIDOC Week for the Aboriginals. They have Asian New Year for all the Asian cultures. They have Ramadan for the Muslims. They have NAIDOC Week for the Islanders. And the Aussies don't even get a sausage on Australia Day. Make that make sense. But anyway, I went to my first Waitangi Day, which is the celebration of New Zealand's independence, I believe, is the correct. Anyway, so I knew that, you know, I had some mates that were like Ngāpuhi. I had mates that were I can't remember all the names now. But anyway, I remember when I walked in, the screw was also an Islander as well. And so he said, "You can't come in here. What's your whānau?" Expecting me not to know what he said. And I said straight away, "My whānau is Ngāti Oka." And he nearly fell over laughing. And so did every one of the fucking Islander boys too. Because I remember they said that like 90% of all of the tribe names begin with Ngāti. And then they also said that we all call yous Ockers, Aussies. We call yous Aussies Ockers. So in my brain at the time, when he was like, "I'm not letting you in here unless you can tell me what your New Zealand family name is," and I was like, "Fucking easy, Ngāti Oka, bro." Funniest thing I ever did. And then I promise you, for like the next 4 or 5 years at Port Phillip, I got into every fucking Waitangi Day. The screw thought it was the best. What do they do for Australia Day? That's what I just said. We don't even get a sausage. I'll tell you something. We get a Lamington. We get either a Lamington. We get a Lamington or a vanilla slice for dessert on Australia Day. Now here, I can remember this funny story before I go, guys. So I was in Scarborough South, and Scarborough South is so at Port Phillip, Crims feed the Crims, yeah? So the meal trolleys come down, they go into the kitchen workers put them in the bain-maries, into the oven, they heat them up, and then they put them into the actual fucking glass bain-maries, and then people come through with their plates, and they're fed whatever fucking meal they picked, right? The meal servers have got who picked what meal, yeah? But basically, in units like Scarborough South, Scarborough North, Diosma, you know, Atwood, fucking Albion, at MRC, all of them like bad boy units always have the food stolen. So, they have the food stolen. So, I remember on this one day, it was Australia Day, right? And like, keep in mind, we don't get nothing. Now, I was one of 5 white people in this unit at the time. So there was 5 Aussies, so myself being one of them, and 4 other dudes. The rest of them were either Lebos or Islanders. and that was as simple as it was, right? And Aboriginals, actually, sorry. So a lot of Aboriginals, a lot of Islanders, and a lot of Levos. And so on this particular day, someone had stolen all of the desserts. Yeah, like I said, it's generally not the right term, dog eat dog world, but it's that type of world. Do you know what I mean? It's like every man for himself, and so obviously one of the crews. So obviously either the Aussies, the Islanders, the Couriers, or the Lebos have thought that they deserved all 75 of those Lamingtons, and and um, and they thought that. Sorry, let me just tell the story. So anyway, we're all fucking. They're serving out the meals, and then like I'm the first one to kick up a stink. Yeah, I'm like, "Oi, give us me fucking Lamington, bro," and he's like, "There's no Lamingtons." I'm like, "Fuck off, dickhead! Look, menu number fucking 4 tonight, Thursday, is fucking Lamingtons, bro. It's Australia Day. We get Lamington or Vanilla Slice every year. I suggest you go fucking find them, bro, because like there's gonna be fucking 74 other people that are gonna be pissed off that they're not getting their fucking Lamingtons, right?" And then I remember the Lamingtons never turned up, right? That day. The Lamingtons never turned up that day. So it was like everyone was fucking pissed off that whoever claimed it for their crew wasn't going to be man enough to stand up and say, "Yeah, I did it. What are you going to fucking do about it?" And I remember one of the couriers came out and said, because it was Australia Day, came out and said on Mustard, where everything's supposed to be quiet, he's like, "What? It's not enough. It's not enough that you fucking cunts took our fucking day. It should be called fucking Invasion Day, but you take our fucking Lamingtons as well." And it was just fucking bedlam. And then there was like this big argument between the Couriers and the Islanders, because the Islanders were like, "We fucking made Lamingtons first anyway." And then like the Couriers and the Aussies all chimed in like, "Fuck off, dickhead. You stole that idea from us. Lamingtons were first made by Australian soldiers' wives." And everyone's got a story where Lamingtons fucking originated, but I believe they originated here. Anyway, it was fucking hilarious because he came out and said, "It's not enough that you took our fucking land, you come in and you took my fucking Lamington as well." But I'm on the fucking ground, like I'm absolute hysterics. I thought, fuck, that's just fucking gold. That's comedy gold, buddy. No one else seen it the way I did, but yeah, good times. Do you know what though? Do you know what I noticed about this one? This one is a little bit bigger than this one, although very much the same thing. This one, look, so I'm very OCD, yeah? I know that one day I'm going to look at that thing and go, "Why can't your fucking head just point towards the door?" If you're OCD, you absolutely get what I just said. If you're not OCD, you'll think we're all fucking stupid. But you know damn well that you want it facing the door. So, anyway, I was like, "Will you take a look at this thing? Not only can it do the fucking electric boogaloo and fucking do a couple of fucking, well, make it look like it's doing a piss. Look at that. Cock a leg up. Not only that, it's like if you move and you want it to be facing the door, OCD legends, you know what I mean, you can just do this. Now it's facing the door. No more OCD problems. Why couldn't you do that with every other one of the things that I have? Because now, wherever I move this desk, every one of them has to be facing the door. It's a little stupid elephant superstition. I don't know. It's followed over onto blow up dogs. Oh, one day I was driving along the side of the road I seen this dead dog. It was actually quite horrible. On my way to school, get to school, said to my mate, "It's like, hey, bro, fucking just seen. I actually think it was fucking Ashley's fucking dog on the side of the road, dead, flat." He goes, "Fuck, how'd you know it was dead?" I said, "Because I seen Ashley's next door neighbour's dog trying to pump it up." Sorry, it's late. Oh, fuck, it's not even after 12 o'clock. I can't even say it's after 12, so whatever. We all make mistakes. I still don't know why they put a gold nose on there, though. To me, that looks like a butt plug. I'm just saying. I don't know. I've owned Picture and People magazines before, though. Why did they have to put a butt plug in his mouth? Can one person please say, have you ever bought balloons for your sister's party or your mum's party, your daughter's party, and it's all pink, but the bit where you blow it up is gold? When does that happen? It doesn't. Doesn't happen. I'll tell you why. It's a butt plug. That's what it is. Oi, you're now forever taking a piss wherever you are. Now that I figured out you can do that. Oi, stop full fucking mean mugging them, bro. They've been there for longer than you have. All right, legends. I am going to jump off. Look, I did stay on for an extra 15 minutes longer than I said I was going to. Like I say, every live. Look, if you've got a complaint, take a number. Wait, take a number. Oh shit! We just blew the top off. It's full of fucking Ukrainian. What? Too soon? I don't know. It was like, Superman, like, because he's like allergic to kryptonite. I was like, what's in my hand grenade? Uranium, Ukraine war. Some people may have missed the correlation. Like I said, I think in 4D. Can't help it. Was born like that. You can sit up there. Oi, don't fucking fall. I swear to God, I would have more luck with a real hand grenade. You are... Whoever fucking designed this 3D printed design, I'm going to call the complaints department. Don't fucking do it. I know about welder's flash. Boof. Oh, you know what? My dad is a welder by trade. I think his dad is a welder by trade. I guess that was the trade that I was probably supposed to have gone into. My brother is a qualified engineer, actually. My brother's a qualified engineer. He got his qualification in prison. A structural engineer or some shit. Anyway, I didn't do none of that shit. I just sold drugs and fucking went up the criminal ranks. I nearly finished my plumbing apprenticeship though. I tried my absolute hardest. Had 9 weeks to go. Give it a red hot crack. Yeah. But anyway, up the bum, no babies, and yeah. Talk to me. Call me when you finish talking shit, Mr. Hughes. Oh, this could go on forever now. Hey, that's mad. Hey, whoa. That's pretty fucking mad. That's pretty cool. All right, legends. absolute legends. Another fucking awesome live. I ended up wearing me fucking overalls like Tupac. You just never know what you might get here on a Biff Live. I mean, I literally spilt my whole 800 ml drink um, in my 300 ml each earphone cups. So we'll see how that goes. Oh, you're lucky you want my bed, mofo. But yeah, all right. Much love, much respect. I'll tell you what, JJ, if JJ comes over tomorrow, we'll probably do a small live tomorrow, even though I don't generally do lives 2 nights in a row. Sorry. Yeah. Happy days. Oh, Zeus wants to say goodbye. Yeah. Come here, booty, booty, booty. Yeah. What? You can't speak? Cling on to your dog? Okay. Look at him. He knows exactly what I'm saying. Look, he sat down. He knows. He speaks Klingon. I don't. Oh, here's the truth. I reckon I've probably seen 3 Star Trek episodes in my life, but I used to watch Sheldon and Big Bang Theory. You learn so much on that. Klingon, other alien languages. Yeah, you never really know, eh? That's the thing. We'll go out to a song, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, now I need to find the first pick, because it fucked when I don't, but I'm pretty sure it's this one. No. This is the one. We'll just kick back and relax while this one's on, ladies and gentlemen.
Reverend,
Reverend.
is this a conspiracy? Crucified for no sins, an image beneath me, lost within my plans for life. It all seems so unreal. I'm a man cut in half in this world, left in my misery. The Reverend, he turned to me without a tear in his eyes. Nothing new for him to see. I didn't ask him why. I will remember the love our souls have sworn to make. Now I watch the fall and rain. All my mind can see now is your. Well, I guess you took my youth and gave it all away, like the birth of a newfound joy. This love would end in rage, and when she died, I couldn't cry. The pride within my soul, you left me incomplete, all alone as the memories now unfold. Believe the word, I will unlock my door as the cemetery says. Sometimes when I'm alone, I wonder aloud if you're watching over me, someplace far abound. I must reverse my life. I can't. Oh yeah, fuck yeah! It's Friday the 13th. It's Friday the 13th right now. One of my children was born on this day, Friday the 13th.
2003.
This world my own, and when she
When
died, I
cried.
and spared myself some pain. You left me incomplete, all alone as the memories still remain. The way we were.
You gotta love the options. What Restream give you. Well, this is what other sounds you would think you would hear in this soundtrack. Ja. Mein Leben. Ja. See, Papi. And it doesn't matter. Any song that they supply you to play as like royalty-free music sounds like porno music. So this one's called lo-fi. This one's called chill hop. Look. They said Pornhub was closed. We just don't know where it is, but we all know where to go. All right, legends, we're out of here. Actually, oi, JJ, I feel like that's how MGK came up with that in every song. Well, not every song, but when he does it. Oi, everyone, me and JJ are going to watch MGK live next month. Let's go! Gonna get fucked up. Love that song. Anyway, legends, you guys have been absolutely awesome. I've been Biff and a ranger, and I've been live. So that's three things in one. You've had Biff, the ranger, live. All right, legends, it's been an absolute banger. You guys have been awesome. I'm playing Pornhub music. What's happening? You never know. That's the thing. One more song before we go. Let's make it 3 hours. I feel like we need to listen to this one though.
Every time the camera's on, you're riding with me through the storm. From the stories to the struggle, yeah, you've been there all along. Late nights, real talk, truth, spilling through the mic, and the chaos crew shows up every single time. Every single time. Fuels your family, every comment hits like loyalty. Through the highs and the lows, you ride for me, and that means more than you'll ever see. Shout out to the chaos crew, the best on YouTube. It's true, you keep this whole thing real. Every word, every view, from the heart, yeah, Biff's got you. I'm grateful every time I do what I do. No one else compares to you. The chaos crew, the realest crew. From Port Phillip tales to streets so cold, you've heard my pain, you've seen it unfold. But through the dark, your light breaks through. Ain't no
love like Chaos Crew.
Since day one, holding me down. From nothing to something, we built this ground. I say it loud, I say it proud. Chaos crew, you wear that crown. Chaos crew, the best on YouTube. It's true, you keep this whole thing real. Every word, every view, from the heart, yeah, Biff's got you. I'm grateful every time I do what I do. No one else compares tune from Biff to the
Biff to
Chaos
the
crew.
Chaos
You're more
crew.
than fans, you're part of the
What does
name.
this do?
Together we ride through the chaos and pain. Shout out to the Chaos crew, the best on YouTube. It's true, you keep this whole thing real. Every word, every view. From the heart, yeah, Biff's got you. I'm grateful every time I do what I do. Forever loyal, forever true. The Chaos Crew. This one's for you.
Yeah. Fuck you. Then don't tell me I can edit my theme and then tell me I have to pay more money for it. Actually, probably use your app more than any other creator. You need to start paying me, you fuck. Um. Huh. Well, I didn't know you could do this. Apparently, it's as simple as just clicking on that instead of doing super dupers. You just click on that little what's a doogie. But anyway, we're not worrying about that. Get that out of the way. Demo product, Mike. What? I can do live sales? Wait, what? Chaos merch? Oi, no way. Look what I just figured out I can do, Gunny. Oi, we can just... Wait, that's got to be a working merch fucking QR code. That's pretty cool. Oi, that's so much easier from now on to... Thank you, someone, for scanning the merch. Actually shows that someone scanned it. There's this one as well. Oh yeah, no, don't worry about that. That's the buy me a coffee one. It's a tipping. It's a buy me a coffee is like a tipping app, and not like for me. That's me sitting here going, "Can I please have some money?" No, don't do it. But the whole Chaos merch one, I am fucking super stoked by that. Let's see how much we can edit this and make it look much better. Yeah. Yeah, no, maybe not. Probably should put something that's actually on my merch store. That's probably a good idea. Up here for thinking, down there for dancing. Everywhere else for romancing. Oh, well, then just fuck off. Not you guys. My PC trying to tell me that I've got fucking 2,268 files that have the name Chaos in it. Do not. You do. Stupid dickhead. Bam. Wooshka. Save. Boof. Real Biff merch on the Real Biff QR code. As a matter of fact, stay there, guys. So I showed you all my other merch before. This is the other one that's up on the screen right now. So this is the front. It says Chaos Crew OG. Now, usually, as you guys know, my emblem says OG Chaos Crew. But the reason I chose this wording because it means whoever's wearing this hoodie is the Chaos Crew OG. Anyway, they have both of my new and my old logo. So each sleeve has a full logo all the way around the sleeve. Both sleeves. But wait, it doesn't end. This is a hoodie that just keeps on giving. We got this on the other sleeve. Got the big original Chaos Chronicles on the back. When I say big, like that's fucking huge. And see there how it says OG Crew, obviously. And check this out. I'm believed that I've got a lapel print. Who would have known what a fucking lapel was? Not me. I didn't fucking know. I have 2 lapel prints. So as you can see, on the inside of the hoodie, we've got a print as well. But look, guess what? You also get the fucking secret fucking Chaos fucking Crew OG logo. Smack bang there in the middle. Just so everyone knows you're rocking with real fucking Dolce Gabbana. As a matter of fact, this is my most highest selling fucking merchandise that I've ever made. It's only been fucking on the shelf for 2 months, and I've actually sold more of these than I have sold of more merchandise that has been on my merchandise for a few years now. This one's a bestseller. So I'm currently trying to make one, right? So in order for me, because a lot of people don't want to wear white, so I am currently making a white one. So this is called an all-over print. So I can put one picture over this whole thing, and they look quite cool. So that's how I have to do the black one because, they only do white. So I have to cover the whole thing in a black print, and then it will become a black hoodie. But these are my best sellers, and if you want to buy them, Pushka, doof, doof, doof. But all right, legends, I am cool new seat cover. Yeah, I got a new one. It's a Scully and a donut. It's Sandra Scully, apparently, if you ask JJ. But all right, legends, I am going to take off. Thank you for another awesome live. Oof, lock it in, legends. And much love, much respect. And no doubt you will see me over the weekend live. But like I've said, I am posting a video every single night this month. So 7 p.m. every single night you will get a video. Just like I said, I'm not doing live. I'm not doing live every single night because it really does mess with my algorithm. But much love, much respect, legends. Another awesome stream with a bunch of awesome legends. And